going to say it sounds great, but I don't know if that's enough. Yeah, that is enough, actually. I don't know, the thing is I don't want to say anything that's going to knock any other records I've made, but I don't know whether it's just me and my general peculiarities, but I've never seemed to be able to make a record that I can like sit and listen to and like just enjoy without any interference from anything really. But this time round we seem to have done that, you know, just made a record that it's just a great record and that's that, and it's to be listened to and enjoyed, and I listen to it and enjoy it.
Well, the major way it's changed since the last album is the departure of Patrick Walden and the addition of Michael Whitnell on lead guitar DTs. So it's not just the guitar playing, it's songwriting really. Before the main songwriting thing was Peter and Patrick, and now it's Peter and Mick.
Coming up in the morning, I suppose it was one of those long lost mornings in the Laburnum Street days in Hackney.
Yeah, that came about over 2 nights when me and Pete stayed up creating over there, just before he was sent down for the second time to Pentonville.
The way I see it is a bit of a mixture of styles and ideas, but it kind of works. And this is a nice soft kind of reprisal in the middle, again, which builds up with a jam-esque snare drum roll in there, which I stole from Rick Buckler. I'm sure he won't mind.
Oh by the way of an explanation cast adrift of the shores of Shelter's nation. I had a little game of scoring like a brick ball now. What use am I to anyone? I'm fucked, alone, frozen beneath the sun. I don't sing along, now you'll get what I got. So comes with delivery, straight from my heart to my misery. Comes with delivery.
Delivery, that kind of started during about two tours ago. We were trying really hard we were listening to a lot of Kinks songs, and we thought let's try and write a song that sounds like the Kinks, basically.
Very sort of 60s garage punk kind of influence, so I really like all that kind of stuff.
I think it was a riff from Mick. I think he'd come up with this kind of Kinks-esque riff. Yeah, and then I think Peter kind of put a chorus in.
You talk, I actually talk a good game. Won't you teach me the same? I would love to explain all of the show in your hand and all about so well I know.
When we first played it to us, we were like, all of us wandering around like the next couple of weeks going, you talk, and we realised it was quite a hook.
I wrote that. I wrote that with Kate actually. Sat in bed.
I think that one changed slightly when we was recording it from the early demos we'd done. I think they wanted to, because the chorus is probably not as catchy, but I think the main hook in that is when he sings "You Talk." So I think the initial one, that was the verse, and then we had a chorus, a verse, chorus. Now they focused a lot more on that vocal part. So I think when we came to record it, Stephen wanted to really make that more of the song and more of the hook.
Working with Stephen Street was a joy. It was a stabilising element that was kind of needed.
I tell you, I don't think anyone else could have recorded this album Pete was in the studio more than any other time that I've known. And I mean, Pete and Steve are chalk and cheese, like, but they got on really well. And
I think all of us have learnt a lot from working with Stephen, that if you do go with someone and put your trust in them, this is the result, and it speaks for itself, I think.
It made sense for Stephen to produce this album, I think, considering the songs that we did.
I wrote with the Wolfman, a little bit of help from Adam and Clint Eastwood in the middle eight. Vicious old chorus, quite blatantly Wolfman lyrics, some of them like, "You said that you loved me, why don't you fuck?" One of my favourite tracks, as it goes, I'm by the time.
Half dead, I'm a third alive. A quarter ticking over on the middle by the side of the road. Don't get surrounded by people you hate and choke you out the house, down the path and out the garden.
Side Road is probably the one song on the album that has survived the longest out of them all. I mean, yeah. It started out as a song called Albert. And I went, oh, Albert, oh, your cheeks are china red.
I think it's one of the only tracks on that that's quite fast, quite up tempo. Because I mean, compared to the last album, the songs are a lot slower, I think, generally. So yeah, it's good fun to play that one, and because the tempo is all over the place, there's no strict tempo. It's like slow then fast, and whatever tempo Peter dictates to where we go, or I dictate regarding just hi-hats.
Fast little punk rock number. We're a punk band, I suppose, but with you know, traditional British songwriting approach to punk, I guess.
I'm a third alive. Quarter ticking over on the middle by the side of the road.
I'm a crumb-begging baghead, baby. Oh, I bet you say that to all the girls. I'm a crumb-begging baghead, baby. I bet you say that to all of the girls.
Crumbag and Baghead, it's a fictional song.
It's got elements of Stone Roses stuff in it, which probably harks back to a lot of 60s garage stuff. It was always really simple. I think we played it live at Brixton, or we was rehearsing it. It's just real simple 2 sections.
it's quite a generic riff. It's from like E to G. I think someone told me it sounds a bit like Nirvana. They've got a tune that's a bit sort of...
It's kind of now turned into a bit of a Dawsey sounding things with that keyboard played over it, especially the end rock out. I don't know, it's just a real simple, I see it as just a simple garage blues number really. But it was initially, but I think it's taken on a life of its own now. It's suddenly sounding really big. I never really held it as one of the strong tracks on the album, but now for me listening back, it's pretty amazing. You listen to it, it's pretty pure, simple, raw, to not use the phrase, but rock and roll.
Smoke your cigarettes down to the bone and sing But you vowed to back it and you're too proud to sack it, or you had to carry on your own. You thought you had it under control. It's time for the witness, I'm the sick kind of fitness, I'm the sick kind of love out of song.
That's my nickname, Stookie. Pete came up with it, we pretend to be two pissed-up Scots blokes, and yeah, that's actually, if you work it out, if you sit and play it on guitar, if you actually play guitar, anyone out there, if you sit and play it, it's fucked forever. I'm giving all the secrets away here.
Started out it almost sounded a bit like Sonic Youth, and I'm a big Sonic Youth head. But Stephen's kind of smoothed it over a bit. He's going to put some glocks on it and some extra acoustic guitars and quite a bit of reverb.
Coming out of the Libertines to Babyshambles, I kind of see the music as being quite punchy and quite sharp, not in sense of musicality, but in sense of the way the rhythms are against it. It's quite spiky. And I think Babyshambles now, from things like Sedative and the Blinding EP, is starting to just get a lot more smoother, and the music's becoming a lot smoother. I mean, you can hear whether it's maturing or not, you can hear the music going in a slightly different direction. For me, that song kind of catches that whole, when Babyshambles are like that.
That's French Dog. Basically, French Dog is a little character that Peter's been scrolling on notebooks and walls and people's foreheads and stuff for years.
Pops up all over the place in London if you look closely, on the outside of tube trains and old lady shopping baskets. Like, you'll see their motif, and a lot of kids have had him tattooed as well. He's a little French dog. Right?
That was around probably late Down in Albion as well. It's quite an old song that we all knocked together. I was always concerned that the chorus didn't lift up the song as much as we'd liked it, but now with the harmonies on it, I think it really works. And then there's a nice Who-esque drums in the mid-late building up to that, which I think Stephen captured really well. It's clean enough, yet it's still got that raw edge in the middle there.
There was this documentary about Lou Reed, and the producer was saying that they were playing Walk on the Wild Side, and your man was playing with sticks, and he came down and asked him to play with brushes, and I immediately thought, yeah, There She Goes would be great with brushes.
I was set to implore, I was set to implore. You forget all you saw when you came through my door. And from your bag, you pulled out more skag than I'd ever seen. No, tell me, how could I let go? Since I caught a glimpse of your white plimsolls, twisting and turning to northern soul. Just one glance, well, you know. Now there she goes, a little heartache. Well, there she goes, a lots of pain. And no mistake, she sheds her skin like a snake on the dirty road to fame, dirty road to fame, my lord.
People who've been listening to Peter's music for a long time will recognise that as being an old tune.
Originally it was a bit more punky and sort of more of a, I would expect the band to be affair, and it kind of developed into this jazzy kind of mad thing. Well, I really like that tune. It's shows a different side to the band, I suppose. It's Pete's number, and I like the lyrics are great in that one.
I think that's could be a strong single, I don't know. It's another side to Babyshambles that people don't realise we do. They think we just get on rock out, punk rock classics, but as you're aware, we've got a few more different sides to us than that.